Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this edition of Real Talk
Hello.
here on Shelbyville now. I'm David
December
Thomas.
15th.
Bo Gill sitting
Yes.
across
Hello.
here.
How are y'all doing? Great to
And
see you.
I won't know if you thawed out since this morning.
Thawing out is something that's hard to do right now, David. I mean, you know it. I mean, the sun is really bright, but that wind is really cold. So we have gotten above freezing, though.
Yeah.
We have
And
gotten we're in the high 30s.
I'm sitting here looking at this. It looks like we're going to have a quick warm up, and it storms on Thursday.
Storms on Thursday.
If you don't like Middle Tennessee weather, wait a minute.
Just wait a day or two. We'll go through all the seasons.
I said,
It'll
wait
be
a
good.
minute, just a minute.
Well, a minute too. Sometimes it is a minute.
Yeah.
It depends, but no. I hope everybody's trying to stay warm because man, it was brutal.
Who got their pipes froze? That's what I want to know.
Mine have happened. That's happened to me before, as I've mentioned on the show. It did not happen today, thank the good Lord. But I know someone somewhere, probably several someones, were having to deal with that.
Somebody in particular, and he's probably watching right now.
Well, God bless you.
And it's not good. No. But I left drips everywhere in the house.
Oh yeah.
Even though it only got down to 9, typically if it gets below 0, I'll put 2 faucets on. I went ahead and did it this time because
I'm glad we're getting a break though. When we get 3 or 4 in a row, that's when things really start to freeze up.
I want to stop now and thank our sponsors, North Star Services out of Nashville, but they serve Bedford County. We want to give them props. Great company. They take care of any fire, water, or
broken
damage,
water pipes.
Broken water pipes, probably. Any type of damage. They're licensed contractors and can take care of that and get on it immediately. They're Johnny on the spot. Let's take a break and hear from them. We're going to dive into a couple of topics we need to talk about today. We'll be right back.
Water, fire, or mold damage. Call North Star Services, Nashville's local, non-franchise restoration pros. We respond 24/7 to stop damage fast, handle dry and cleanup, and manage repairs start to finish. As a licensed general contractor with 20-plus years experience, we coordinate directly with your insurance and offer free estimates, serving all of Middle Tennessee, including Bedford County. Restore today. Rebuild with confidence. Call 615-203-9573.
All righty, welcome back in here to Real Talk. Bo, let's start talking about a topic that picked up and the news came out last week after the wastewater advisory committee. Okay. Came out with their first meeting. I know there was a lot of controversy. We talked about it here. We talked about where it wasn't a good look. It was a bad first meeting. How do they move forward?
Yes.
All right. I think tomorrow night, probably at committee meetings, this topic might come up. I don't know if it will or not, but I assume that it might, since this is a commission issue. It's not a committee issue.
No.
It's a commission issue because the commission appointed and voted for the stipulations that go around this committee. So I think going for tomorrow night, it might get straightened out or the commission acts back on it.
The committee is a good tool for things to get worked out sometimes in a good way. But yes, it's not. This is a full commission issue here, and what we'll see tomorrow night is we may see the record get straight. We may see that they will, I guess, repeat what they approved on the November 11th meeting, which was they have 7 members, and this is a body for recommendation to get information, to gather information, and they will rely on professionals in this type of business, in this type of profession, and I hope that they would vet each and every one from the top to bottom. But like I said the other day, without being some type of other involvement, like I say, like a developer or something.
It doesn't need to have a conflict of interest.
That's the word I was looking for.
The whole purpose of this is because the Planning Commission, the way I understood it, the way Linda Yockey came out with it in that discussion when they went through this process about forming the committee, was we want to raise the standards because the state standards that we currently have are terrible. And the state guy told us that.
Yes, it is. And when you're talking about, guidelines and shortening guidelines, well, that can happen. And that would be in the developer's benefit if they could get the rules to be less land that you need for it, when really they need to be more responsible and have a backup plan. Now, I think what would be ideal is to have somebody from far away that's in this, that wouldn't have any type of dog in the fight, come down and tell us exactly how it works for them in like a state over, 2 state that has similar type of soil. You know, when you rely on people that are building right here in Middle Tennessee to tell you that, yes, I'm not saying that they're not qualified, or I'm not trying to say that they don't know what they're talking about, but
Sure.
what it does is it muddies the water.
Well,
It
here's
leaves
the
that
question.
potential.
I saw confusion in the meeting that I saw from the standpoint of, I heard this. Well, that's just developers are going to have a hard time dealing with consolidated.
Mhm.
Well, it ain't about the developers. It's about the counties who we're concerned
Yeah.
about.
It's about being responsible.
We're not, that committee is not formed to help developers.
No.
It's there to help the county.
It's there to protect the citizens
of Bedford County. Yeah.
Without any rules.
Right.
Imagine what would be going on.
Exactly.
So what it is that it is a way to make rules and for the public feedback to be in that. And this is not too hard. I mean, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for strong
I don't think
guidelines.
we're going to get any public feedback in the middle of this, because the way I see it, the planning commission is going to take their recommendations and bring something out for the commission to vote. And the commission is where hopefully your county representatives kick in and go to bat for the citizens.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's right. This is not where it's debated. Are we for step systems or against? This is a committee that it was just formed solely to provide direction and standards. If we were to
Standards
get
is
them,
the key word.
that's right.
Yeah,
And that's where we. That's
So
where we
it's
are.
going to be interesting. And I do see you, Chuck.
What's up, Chuck?
Thanks for tuning in, Chuck Glover.
Yes, Chuck.
And we'd like to hear your comments on this. This is going to be an ongoing thing for another couple of weeks, probably, or until maybe even to January. So when we have the January commission meeting, then maybe they will be able to discuss it and clarify it. And then the other part was live streaming.
Mm-hmm.
This particular committee, it was asked that it be live streamed or basically directed by the commission. And then our mayor came out and said, well, if we're going to do that, y'all need to supply the money. Well, here's the thing. What does it cost?
Yeah.
All right. What does it cost?
I mean, here's the thing. So I know that it costs that they have
Time.
the capability. It has time there. And let's just talk, for instance, the county IT guy, Josh Carney, he spends a lot of time, extra time. I know he does on these meetings through the week. He has a family to raise. And it would be nice if they would do that meeting on the nights that he's already there, because, you know, if it's on one of his nights off, I mean, I get it. It costs money to be there. But I mean, I would say do it on a night when you already have meetings and he's already there, or the IT support. I know that they can do it from remote locations, but in a sense, they probably want to be on location there. But there is cost there. I mean, the county has the committee room that is fully ready to go.
That's paid for. It's going to be manpower.
It just needs maybe they got somebody they can train somebody to push the button.
Push the button, show them how to do it.
Everything's set up. I mean, the cameras are pointed where they need to. But
you start and stop the live stream outside of now this is the issue that Josh is having to deal with. It's audio, and I'm familiar with that. When we try to do the parade, we had audio issues. There's always an audio problem, and then getting people to pick up a mic when it's time to talk. There's no point in doing it if you can't pick up the mic. So he's got his battles to deal with.
Yes,
and it's going to take probably at a meeting. It's going to take a couple of hour and a half. So, yeah, okay, maybe we need to pay somebody overtime, but we're not talking about a budget buster here.
No.
We're talking about paying for some disclosure and some transparency. Paying
for the body that you created.
Yeah.
Look, in the original motion, it was not in there. This motion was amended by Commissioner, I think, Drew Hooker and Eric Maddox through some language that was approved by Commissioner Vick.
Yeah.
And
he said, I accept
and
these.
It says that to be streamed on there.
All right. So we're going to wait and see what happens tomorrow night.
Right.
Okay.
Maybe some clarification.
Big topic for today.
Monday.
This morning.
Yes.
We broke the news about Duxan.
Mm-hmm.
Duxan Electra, the acid factory out in the industrial park that only has one inhabitant, which is Duxan.
Yes.
Okay. All right. We
Frank
got that out of the way.
Frank Martin Road.
Yeah.
23 violations.
Yeah.
Over the past few months, this past quarter of inspections, they failed over the multiple times. They failed 1 month and they came back the next month. They failed again. I've heard through the grapevine that the person responsible maybe for some of these has been fired and they've hired a new person. I guess now
he's a scapegoat.
Well, it is. I mean, but look, when you dig into the details there, I mean, there's some pretty elementary things that were forgotten here. If we're dealing with some type of whatever waste, it was dangerous waste. It wasn't marked. It didn't have that sticker that we all see, the stay away sticker. It also, there were signs in the concrete of where the waste had bled through the concrete and stained the concrete. If it's staining concrete, guess what?
Okay, so here's what people have a question about. Just based on our Facebook, on the post and the Facebook interaction is, some people say shut it down. Some people say, have they paid a fine? Is it okay? Here's what I understand. If you live close there, these violations are not immediately threatening your health. Okay. It's about the procedures that they go through
in-house
to contain it. If it were an extended time where this was repeated, and this started to get out into the public, okay, into the environment, which that's another topic, okay. Is the environment going to be affected? There's a whole lot of questions that come to mind, and I'll say immediately right now, I don't think anybody's in danger, but it sits across the street from a hospital.
Look, it's an acid factory, and that's what they store in those big tanks. Now, on these violations, the exterior has not been, there's been no problems with that. This has all been interior. But look, this is whenever you start having interior problems, maybe this neglect happens in the outside. Regardless, when you have neglect at the acid factory, it's not good.
No,
right? Can we agree with that?
All right, so let's back up and talk about something else too. Chattanooga, the Tennessee Lookout in Chattanooga reported last week that a major EV battery company that had partnership with Ford to do Ford trucks, they have separated their ties. Okay, they were partnered together. Ford pulled away because they're not going to do their trucks because their CEO got stranded when he was trying to drive a truck across country, and he decided this ain't a good idea, and they pulled the plug on the deal.
Yeah,
and that did two things. That eliminated Ford entering that larger mid-sized truck EV range, which is a bad idea to start with for now until they get the technology. And I'd say there's going to be a technology hopscotch. There's going to be something that just goes right past everybody, probably hydrogen or something. But this leaves this battery factory that buys electrolytes from other places, could have been a customer for duck sand. Probably. Now they're not going to be making the batteries for Ford, which was their major customer. This thing is coming unraveled to the point to where EVs might be changing quickly, so rapidly that we go past the electrolyte into a hydrogen or some other type.
Yeah, well, it's almost like the 8-track, and then there was the cassette in the middle. Then we jumped to CD, or something like that, and it happened real quick. This right here is concerning because this is what this company stores the majority of.
Let me ask you, backing up to that, which lasted longer, cassettes or CDs? I believe CDs did. Cassettes only lasted about 5 years.
About the 80s, were gone. Yeah, they're mid-80s.
I got some of them.
I've got some. I love them. I missed the 8-tracks, but
so we're going to say that this battery is probably the cassette.
It's the cassette.
It's the cassette tape.
That's what I'm thinking, because they're just not as popular. When they came, some people love the EV cars, the electric cars, and if you do, that's fine. It's a choice. But the government, the Biden administration, they were trying to force them down our.
Well, they gave all these credits to everybody.
They gave credits. It was, and there's people that drive them, and they love them.
By the way, did you know? And this is kind of borderline, but Tesla made their money on tax credits more than they did their vehicles.
Yeah, well, that doesn't surprise me at all. And another thing that people the other night I was in Murfreesboro walking. We went to this ice skating deal on the outside. It's Christmas time. I almost got hit by an electronic car because I couldn't hear it. They need fake mufflers on them or something. Yeah. I need to hear something. It crept up on me so, and it was a nice bigger car. Wow, I thought it was you
don't hear it coming, do you?
You do not. I did not hear
Maybe
it
they need to come up instead of the deer whistles, have some people whistles.
I think they need to have a little speaker on the outside, a little audio to have a little real car sound.
Through.
Yeah, it sound. You could do a 65 Camaro or something, or a Chevelle.
Have a little mate sound.
Yeah, have a little sound because, man, watch out for them. If you're walking, watch out for the electric car behind you. It will creep up on you and it'll get you.
Speaking of electric cars, I had a friend about 6 weeks ago go to Tucson, Arizona. No, let's see, was it Tucson? Yeah, it was Tucson. And he was there for one day for a meeting. So he landed at the airport, and he had to go get a vehicle to go to this convention center that they were having a meeting at. So he set up Uber, and he said when I was getting into Uber, I noticed all these cars, electric cars, driven by robots.
Oh, the robot.
Autonomous. But it actually looked like a person sitting in it, and it was a robot. So he asked the Uber driver, "Is this getting prevalent?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna be out of a job soon." That's all they got. Well, my friend, out of curiosity, just looked online to see how many of these autonomous cars were out and about, and he said there's 10 million of them now in the United States. And I'm like, "Are you kidding me? 10 million self-driving robot?"
We don't have
you're
any.
talking about iRobot. They're all out there.
They're all wow.
Crazy people are getting in these things. So my question, anybody out there watching,
the roads
would
are
you,
really
would you call a taxi that was electric and driven by a robot and get in it? That's a question I got.
I wouldn't around here. Our roads are curvy. If it's out west, they don't even have a speed limit in Montana, so maybe they could just make it to where it'd be a lot easier.
Well, this was like a big city now. If you're talking about
traffic,
I'm
out. I mean, I'm just
walking,
not there
I'm
yet.
walking, man.
I need some type of human oversight going on if I'm a passenger in the car.
Have you watched the movie iRobot?
Yes, yeah. Will
it's
Smith.
It's an old movie.
Yeah.
All right, what is it, about 2010 or something like that?
Yeah, something.
Everybody needs to start watching that because that is closer to the real life.
It really is.
Than we want to admit.
Yeah, it is. It is. Some of them get it right, Some of them missed it, like Back to the Future.
When them dudes,
but this one,
I know. And then when them dudes start turning red right here, you better look out. They're fixing to rip your head off.
Yeah, look, okay. Things are scary, and if the red guys are in there, I don't know what I'm going to do. But watch out for the automated cars. I didn't know this was a big deal. I mean, I didn't know there were 10 million. Are you saying there's 10 million?
10 million in the United States. He asked me to guess, and I said probably a million. He goes, 10 million. Well, you think about Los Angeles, San Francisco, all these West Coast towns, and then probably Denver, Colorado. You're talking about some big towns with a lot of vehicles. That's basically replacing your taxis out there.
It is, and you know what?
That's scary, man.
It's going to be here. I mean, maybe Statum cabs, Statum robots. I don't know.
It ain't happening here, man. I'm telling you, I know some rednecks that take care of that. But anyway, back to our topic.
Yes,
the duck sand.
Yes,
23 counts.
Yes,
the EPA cited them as a I can't remember high volume offender.
Yes.
Yeah, or something like that.
I mean, you're offending back to back. I mean, it's been several inspections, and these aren't little. I mean, they're not huge chemical spilled, but these are to deal with the rate, or it's chemical waste, and for it not to be labeled properly, and there's several violations there. That's if you look at Shelbyville now, the Facebook, there's a really good story on there that Josh published. It's also got the letter there, and it tells in detail what's there. But then it leads to this, the chatter that's going on here. It scares people. It really does. And then it leads to the question, well, why or how did we get a plant like that right across from the hospital, near some of our some doctor's offices, near a Walmart DC, near residential developments? How did we get something like that? And the answer is we got sold a bill of goods, and we fell in love with someone that we thought
happened. We didn't, Bo. I didn't know anything about what this was. We were speculating on it.
I remember
for years.
I remember
what is it?
The day we were talking about Project Cardinal.
It's all we heard was Project Cardinal, and a handful of people were privy to the information. And I want to know why those people thought that putting an acid factory next to a hospital was a good idea. I want to know. All right. And there's one man that explained to us, the salesman on this thing is not here anymore.
He's not here.
Shane Hooper flew the coop.
He did.
He's not here. And it's a good thing, because now he would have egg on his face.
And we're left with this, and we're left with it until it goes. But let's just theorize for a second. I believe that this play, that the Duxon has tried to go everywhere and tried to go anywhere.
Last man,
and I think that Shane tried to get other things, but he knew that he could go right at this one. And then he needed to show that he had get something, and this is what he got.
He needed to show justification for his salary.
And
let's don't make no mistake about it. The Shelbyville Bedford partnership was labeled as industrial recruiters at this time, and he was the head industrial recruiter. That's right. Shelbyville Bedford partnership was all about.
That's right.
Is getting this industrial park full. We did it in one sweep, just like that. Did. And the people that knew about this they wouldn't tell you what it was.
Yeah.
And they asked for authority from the city council and from the Bedford County Commission to act on behalf of the city and the county, the Shelbyville bed, and they got full votes, even though there was a lot of questions about what this is. Oh, well, we can't tell you. You got to trust us. Well, let me tell you, I'm wore out, Bo. I'm wore out for hearing this. Just trust us, and insinuating that the powers that be know everything. Well, this is what you get. Yeah. I'm wore out from it. I'm wore out from talking about poor decisions that's being made at our governmental levels. It's sickening. Yes. I'm tired of it. I'd rather be talking about Christmas presents now. And instead, I'm talking about chemicals.
Yes, that's right. Not only chemicals, violations from
TDEC until this county though gets mad.
Yeah.
Okay, when I'm talking about you people out there and walk in the voting booth and you flip the lever for somebody different, somebody that's got some dadgum common sense around this place. This is going to repeat.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it. Yes. And I don't want to see my grandkids grow up in the middle of it. Right now, my kids are in their 30s, and they look at this and they're probably wondering, these are the adults.
Yeah.
We're playing junior high school.
Yeah.
Click garbage with a good old boy network, and I'm sick of it.
And we're keeping it well said, very well said.
Sorry, I'm sick of it.
But that's what we're doing, and we want to keep the citizens.
You want to know who was in it? You want to know who was the lead? All right, who was on this board?
This would be the economic or the industrial development board that gave
the industrial development board that bought. That
has no power anymore.
That has no power.
Since that happened,
you're on it.
Yes,
now,
I'm on it.
And all right, who was on it right then? Okay, Henry Feldhouse was the chairman. Josh Ray was the city council, city manager. Yeah. He's no longer there. Let's see. I'm going to say Greg Vick was our representative from county commissions, and of course Henry Feldhouse was
city council.
All right. And then you had, let's see,
the mayor sits on that board.
No, he didn't sit on the board. He observed at the time. I think he's a member of that Shelbyville Bedford partnership.
Mr. Hooper was
on it. Shane Hooper, but he was the chief snake oil salesman that brought this to the plant. He brought it. He sold it, and these people sit there and watched it. I want to know, why do you think that putting an acid factory next to a hospital is a good idea? And I need that explanation. We didn't get it then. Now. Didn't get it then back then, and it was hush hush. Don't ask questions. I'm sick to my stomach.
So that the next thing that comes through, it's going to be project something else. If we don't get rid of this type of thinking,
it's coming.
It has to be. We have to be able to. If we ask somebody what is it, they need to tell us. Why wouldn't they? Because it's an acid factory. That's why.
I'm sick of our government thinking they can recruit, recruit. And do a good job, because everything I've seen is just blown up.
I think that it can be a way to do it, but you have to rely on your citizens to bring that. You've got people. You've got
they need to.
You've got people here, real estate. You've got other people that are. That's what they do. They have connections. They have friends. They'll bring it here, and if it's a great place to live with the safety, with the parks, with things that we've talked about, nice roads. We can flush our toilet without any problem. Well, then that right there will take care of itself. I
get real tore up about it. I'm gonna save some of my rage because Bill Anderson's gonna be here and we're gonna go live at 5:30.
Yeah, you got to save some.
I'm gonna talk to Bill about being a commissioner at that time, what it was like to sit there through that garbage and now have to face this.
Yeah, I can't imagine
as a commissioner
the way he is, and he's done. Let's not confuse it. He's done a lot of good, and he has really represented people over the years. That's kind of the way you want to represent. He's a no frills kind of guy. He's going to tell it like it is, and you may not like it or you may like it, but he has stood up for this county.
Next time I hear a word salad come out of some government body, it just makes me want to throw up. Well, I mean, that's all we get. You don't get straight answers.
No.
You can't ask a dadgum question.
No, they throw a lot of general words in there, and it sounds, well, it could have been this, it could have been that. Yes or no?
Bo, don't do that, Bo.
No,
you're on some boards. Don't do that.
No, I ask questions. I make meetings go longer. I'm the guy that gets by himself. I'm sorry, but no, I get it, and it's okay.
This kind of garbage, and I'll take go up another level up to the state. Governor Lee rammed this down everybody's throat. Yeah. He gave a $60 million, a $600,000 expedited plan award to this group to come in. And I'm just wondering Who owns this
Yeah.
company?
Remember, they expedited it in, and then they had all kinds of violations before the first day it opened.
Yeah, the
They
state
finally
fire
got those.
marshal wouldn't sign off on it for a long time.
So then they get it open, and now here we are again.
I got a question for Matt Doak.
Oh yeah, I do.
Can we handle a fire if that thing ignites out there?
Yeah,
At this point, I think going forward on the front end of it, I think they say, yeah, we're good. They have fire suppression systems, and they had to do all this pressure testing. But can our firefighters, and then when they get there, is not only can they handle it, how dangerous is it?
That needs to be really thought. That needs to be thought about real seriously, especially right now with what I'm hearing about of them already expanding. That needs to be fully vetted, and to know if we have the resources to protect the citizens in case, God forbid, something bad happens. I mean, there's a good chance that nothing will happen, but there's a good chance that when it does and you're not prepared, that it'll be a total disaster. And I have no doubt that Matt Doak, that our people in line, the city police, Bedford County, they are going to do what's best for the citizens. But we've got to get out of this kind of political way where these people are in the middle and they're not doing what's best for citizens. Then the good people got to clean up all this.
Exactly. I mean, that's what's sickening about it.
Yeah.
You see innocent people having to step up to clean up the garbage of these people that want to hide behind an office somewhere.
Yeah, who wants to be around
I'm sick
chemicals?
of it. I'm sick of it.
We didn't have that.
We need somebody that really thinks about the people of Bedford County. And the people of the city of Shelbyville. I mean, this is not just a county thing. This is a city thing. Actually, the weight of this goes on the city more than it does on the county because the city was pushing.
The city was
as hard as anybody
pusher on that, and here we are. They got it. They got it, and here we are. And now it's time to.
I think some of the people sitting up at the city council right now look back on that. Some of them that were there said, "Man, we got sold a bill of goods."
Yeah,
they want somebody's head on a platter, and there ain't no head left. They're gone.
There's no head left. It's over. But that is what it is, and I'd say stay tuned to if there's any more. I know that there's going to be some violations and some fees they got to pay, but really they'll have another inspection coming up. We'll see if they clean up their act.
Hey, Mark Henley brings up a point here. If they are storing that high of a volume of flammables, it is going to be a fire or just a giant explosion? ? That's a question that's valid. Is it going to be one of these high igniting fires that engulf something, or is it just going to blow up and create a bigger damage and a cloud of harmful
chemicals?
I mean, who knows?
Who knows the way it depends on I mean, it could just be a fire that's just a fireballs.
Yeah, you can light a sparkler, Bo. I'm sure you've done this before, and it just sit there and just burn and put off so the kids can play with it. But you take about 30 of them, break the sticks off, and tape them together with duct tape and put one up and make a fuse out of it and light it. That's like a stick of dynamite.
Yeah.
Okay. So. Could this be the same thing when you got a bunch of it like that piled up together? Is it going to blow up?
Whenever you say acid or chemical, I always think that there's a potential for that to happen.
Ricky
I don't know.
Pruitt, that's a big question right there. It's all about the money.
Yeah.
All right. So is it about the money? I'm hearing. Well, we're going to talk about all the jobs promised and all the big promises made on the front end. How great this is going to be.
Hundreds of jobs.
Right now, this is just a pile of cow manure sitting out there for us. Now, can it be turned around and turned into something good? I don't know. I don't see how acid can be good for anything.
No, not especially close to a hospital.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Of course, they've been out giving out checks to a lot of schools and all.
Oh yeah, they're sponsoring, and that's great. I mean, that's what we would hope for,
But you know what? They're paying the wrong people off because they need to go to the state. The state is who's dealing with this now.
Well, I hope they don't. I hope that the state stands firm. And look, if they're going to do business here and they're here now, since they're here, do your business, but be safe, be responsible. And I hope that the state stays on them. And I
don't see how they don't, Bo. I don't see how they don't.
To be determined.
Yeah. Well, Bo, we're going to get out of here. Guys, hang around for about 45 minutes. We're going to come back, myself and Bill Anderson, and I'm going to talk to him and ask him some questions as far as how the commission went through this process. And I know he's got some things that he would like to talk about as far as where we stand today and what happens going forward and how we stop making these crazy decisions on a whim and on a promise. And we end up with what we got, which I'm not going to say what we got. It's just a big pile.
Yeah, it is. And it'll be interesting hearing him. Like I said, y'all stay tuned. what, 45 minutes. You're going to
Yeah.
learn a lot, and you'll get to hear it from
I'll
them.
say something. We got a sponsor that does hazard cleanups, North Star Services, but I guarantee you they wouldn't want to touch this mess out here if it ever blows up.
Oh no, this is a bigger deal.
And,
this is
but if you have a home that has fire,
North Star
or
Services.
water, or mold and mildew,
they will take care of it.
They will take care of it. North Star Services, and we thank them for being a sponsor of the show.
Yes, we do.
And we're going to come back Thursday. We're going to report on things that happen at the committee meetings
I'll
tomorrow.
go there tomorrow.
There'll be a lot of other things going on.
I plan on reporting,
and
from
I'm
that.
sure there's going to be. I'm going to say probably 4 or 5 other topics that come up during the week.
Yeah, there will be. And if there's anything that's breaking, as always, we'll be here live as we can.
We'll get ready for thunderstorms Thursday.
That's right. Be ready for that.
Thanks everybody for watching. Hang around at 5:30 Central Time. We will be going live again with Commissioner Bill Anderson. Until then, y'all have a good few minutes.